Good afternoon. It's your girl Key. I just wanted to jump on here today and talk to y'all a little bit on some things that I think need to be addressed about the ways of the world today, the ways of the world today, and what I think is just like crazy and how we live our lives. So, what I'm going to talk about today is the superficial slash materialistic state of mind. So, what does it mean to be superficial? Well, being superficial is just anything that has to do with the surface of something. For example, if you are judging a book by its cover, you're being superficial. In other words, by looks or appearance of something. So superficial and materialism, they kind of go hand in hand. Materialism is just being excessively concerned with material possessions, being money oriented. So to be clear, this is just a way of thinking, which leads to disaster eventually. This does not mean this individual has to be this way. It's just a characteristic of that person. This may be all that person knows. It could be the way they were taught, how they grew up, how they think things should come or be achieved. So this can become a lifestyle for an individual. So here is where you can kind of understand the depth of a superficial person on the emotional side. So if you come across a person that displays these type of behaviors, know that it becomes it like it's a selfish trait of that person. They will not understand the consequences behind it until it backfires on them. And this is what they call a red flag. A red flag, the gold digger. They will do anything to get what they need or want. So let me describe what will happen if you run into a superficial chaser and become involved with one. Because this person only looks for things on a surface level, they will not be able to see the true value in you while you are in that connection. They believe that the only thing that truly matters and makes them happy would be these things, such as money, sex, lust, jewelry, the flashy things, and the list goes on. So while you are a person that thinks the opposite of these beliefs, things end up playing out differently in these type of relationships. A a superficial chaser will display very little emotions, while you, on the other hand, may be the opposite. So when this happens, and you are the person who that tries to make things work, you tend to allow BS to keep the peace, and you condone or become codependent on this particular individual, because remember, for you to even be in that connection means you haven't fully learned who you are as a person. So you accept the toxicity, meanwhile not realizing you're making matters worse. They will not see you. They will only see what they can get from you, whatever it is. And due to them operating like this, it will leave you depleted and lost. Now, it will keep you going back and forth trying to show this person who you are and what you want out of out of the relationship, situationship, whatever it is. It will not work because that person won't allow it to. They want to have control over you and control over that situation. So it's like beating a dead horse. And another reason why you will come across this type of person why you will come across this type of person is if the individual has been hurt on many occasions before. They will block love, from their heart space, fear of getting hurt again. And for this reason, this is why they move, and it can be understandable. This is why they move like that. So you kind of can gauge and understand why they are, like this. But because who wants a person to have the chance to hurt them, especially if they have feelings for them? So They will try to diffuse the situation before it even gets to a point of that's out of their control, and they will create blockages for you, that heart space of yours. But what's not acceptable is the treatment that is dished out to the partner of that individual. When this situation occurs, it's just the person running from their feelings if they feel for you. They will create a false mask to cover up their feelings. They won't change unless humbled. Doesn't mean that this person can't change. Remember, it's just a mindset. It's just that they fail to realize that in the long run, the hurt will continue. So this is why learning who you are is vital. Knowledge is key, people. Going within will allow your what they call the third eye to be illuminated. In order for this to happen, you have to allow your emotions to flow. Hidden emotions will keep you stuck. It will screw you up. Your intuition will be so out of whack, it will be crazy, and it will create a blindness of the things around you. Your intuition is your teacher. It helps protect you from people, places, and things. So if you're in a connection where one or both parties are chasing a superficial lifestyle, it will only be temporary. So these relationships, they don't last. Eventually, it all comes crashing down due to not really having emotions run within that connection. When it's just one person running on an emotional level, you will lose yourself because the focus is not on you, it's on them. Both parties need to learn self-value. So let's say now one of you decides to leave the connection because of the faulty foundation, right? So, for example, now, if you were the superficial chaser and living an unhealthy lifestyle while having true feelings for a person you were with in the connection, you will come across an individual that displays the same qualities that you had while moving superficially. They will come in creating this whole illusion that they have either what it is that you're chasing or what you think can be built, making you think you hit the damn jackpot. Now, because you view things on a superficial level, you will find that you have a lot in common with that person. But you do, in a sense. The only thing that you have in common are emotional traumas and addictions. So you will then think, oh, I found someone that is on my level who gets me. Hello? What really happens is you trust them enough to tell them everything about yourself, everything you want out of life. And at this point, guess what? They got you. So now you think they got your back. But when in turn, and you turn around and look around, it's a whole different story. They will manipulate you into thinking they can offer to you the things that you want, when in fact, they have a whole hidden agenda. And it could be anything. So now you done shared all your darkest secrets, everything about you practically. And what they'll do is they'll hit you with your weakest toxic behaviors. Whatever you enjoy the most. They will lie, cheat, and rob your ass blind. You would never think that they would do you like how they do you. Because this is only because they have created this illusion for you, because they're chasing after the same things that you were chasing after. And guess what? You fall for it because you were doing the same thing that they're doing, blocking and ignoring your intuition. And it'll all feel comfortable to you because it's something familiar. So this is why you fall for it. But it puts you in a stuck position real quick, making it hard for you to get out of. Now, if you are the one that treated a superficial chaser with love and genuineness, you will get tired of the BS treatment, and you will remove yourself from what you know no longer serves you. The key to opening up the gate to your blessings is to focus on you. This is why they said it's focus on you, because you know what will happen? You will level up. You will get your glow up. And when you do this, there is something called karma. And that comes into play on both sides. The difference is when you get treated poorly, you get good karma. And that other party ways will catch up to them, leaving them experiencing bad karma. So you can believe in karma or you cannot believe in karma. Whatever you think you believe in, it doesn't mean that it ain't real. Okay? So if you were, and let me tell you something. If you don't catch your lessons, if you weren't able to catch your lessons, this is what's going to happen. It will leave the person that you treated horribly, it will leave you to watch them walk away and live the same life that you were chasing. They will live. They will live that same type of life that you were chasing after. And this is why you don't stoop down or be vindictive or revengeful to people that were there for you and treated you right. Because you will create bad karma for yourself. Two wrongs don't make a damn right. Trust, they will see that the grass is not always greener on the other damn side. You know what? It's not always in your best interest to lust after the flowers in life. Because the only people in life that receives the most flowers are people in caskets. So I say all of this to say that everything that glitters ain't gold. Be wise, listen to your intuition, pray on it, and ask for guidance. Don't be the player that gets played at their own game. So be smart, people. Be you. Be who you are truly deep down inside. Know what you bring to the table. One thing that I've learned from my past experiences, from people, places, and things, the fact that I was able to go down and dig deep and conquer a lot of my fears and handle rejection and just go through mad BS in life, it taught me something. It taught me something very, very good about myself and who I am as a person. I know, not only do I not know what I bring to the table, I am the table. And this is how we all should feel. This is this is the whole purpose. This is how we should move throughout life, the right, genuine way. Treat people decent, treat people nice, treat people with care, appreciate the things that people do for you, appreciate that person, but most importantly, appreciate and love yourself. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention, because let me tell you something. The signs been there. They always been there and they will remain. But what you going to do to make sure that you get to where you need to be in life? Learn from your mistakes. Learn from people. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. But I want y'all to always remember you, love you, keep going, and keep growing. Later.